In the book of Acts, chapter 21 and verse 17, we will come to Jerusalem. The brethren received us gladly because they were bringing the money. And the day following, Paul went on with us to James. So Paul and James, the brother of the Lord, the bishop of the church at Jerusalem. He's the writer of the book of James. And when they heard, they glorified the Lord. And this is James talking to Paul. He says, see how many thousands of Jews there are that believe. That means they believe in Christ and they're zealous of the law. So wait a minute. Didn't Paul and Peter and Barnabas and Titus come to Jerusalem in Acts chapter 15 and tell you that there's no more law of Moses and Jews and Gentiles are supposed to worship together in the same church before God? Well, obviously, James didn't get that message 18 years ago because he's got his church still following the law of Moses. And he's telling Paul, and they're informed that you teach all the Jews which are among the Gentiles to forsake Moses. Yep, that's the gospel. That's exactly what they told you 18 years ago. There's no more law of Moses. He says, do this thing. What does he say? James says to Paul, he says, go with these men that they may shave their heads, and all may know that those things whereof they are informed concerning thee are nothing. Well, let's see. What did they hear about Paul that he wants them to think are nothing? Well, they heard that Paul says you should forsake the law of Moses. Yeah, that's the gospel Paul's been preaching. Yeah, that thing. We want everybody to think that that's nothing, but that thou thyself, Paul, walk orderly and keep to the law of Moses. So you got to understand, James does not understand the gospel if he's telling Paul what you preach is nothing, but that you keep the law of Moses. And then James says, and touching the Gentiles, we have written and concluded that the Gentiles do not observe the law of Moses. So James usurps the gospel away from Paul. Remember, the gospel was given to Paul by Christ himself. James is deciding that he has the authority to conclude who follows the law of Moses and who doesn't. James is taking the authority of the gospel. He's trying to take the authority of the gospel away from the Apostle Paul.